Hello everyone. Now in this audio video we are going to discuss the residential status for other person. Let me introduce again myself to you all. My name is Dr. Renuka Mehra and I am making these videos for income tax to help you virtually to seek the best knowledge in income tax. I hope you are liking my chapters as I am covering. I am not going with 30 minutes video, or I am not going with a lot many animations in the video, because as from my 12 years of experience I have noted that when we talk from root level we always connect with the teacher. But if I try to impress you by showing animated videos or a proper lecture videos, you may not be able to connect with me, dear students. That is not my aim. My aim is to connect you through root levels. That is why I talk to you through my experience of 12 years, and out of those I have taught 10 years income tax laws for various classes of BBA and BCom, as well as also to MCom. So now here in the last one, let's talk about the residential status of other person. So what are the other persons? For other person, we will first of all have partnership firm, we will have AOP, that is association of person, body of individual, company, and any artificial judiciary person. Dear students, in chapter 1, I have made the attempt to make you understand all these different type of persons. Now, in the previous 3 video audios of the same chapter 2, I have discussed with you that residential status of individual, residential status of HUF. Now, in those, they were different, and these all will be treated as one. How? Now, these all are a type of artificial identities. So when it is an artificial identity, what do we want to know? For artificial identities, the only thing that matter is residential status is equal to the company or AOP BOI controlled and managed affairs in India. Means the above organizations are wholly or partially controlled. Again I am repeating, wholly, puri tarah, partially a part of it being controlled by the owners from India. So it becomes a resident company, resident company, partnership, BOI, AOP, or any artificial judiciary person. For non-resident, now if it is controlled outside India, or if they are registered outside India, so they will become non-resident. Again I repeat, for the non-resident status, we will have to see that they are registered outside India, the operation is controlled from outside India or managed from outside India. So these identities will become a foreign resident. In other words, a non-resident. Now, the question gets over only here. Dear students, we here need not to go into the detailing of what detailing? Detailing of normality test. So remember, write in your registers, normality test is only applied where number 1, it was individual, very good, and the other one was Hindu undivided family. But here the concept is very clear. Only we have to see registration or control and management of control or management of the business. If in India, it becomes a resident, and if not in India, it becomes a foreign entity or a non-resident. And other normality aspect does not apply. But now, some of the changes have been made for residential status of a company. So, what are those changes? Now, in year 2017-18, it was pointed that an MNC or an international company, they operate in India and earns equivalent revenue as an Indian company, but they seek the status of foreign. And when they are seeking the status of foreign, so we tend to provide them relaxation under international taxation. So it was pointed out in 2007. It was pointed out in 2017 onwards that now it will not be taken further. Means registration will not become the only point. For an Indian company, the point is same, registered in India. It will always be an Indian company. But for a non-Indian company, a company which is not registered in India, if it is having its place of effective management, again I repeat, or any head office in India, and its turnover is, and it is, again I am saying, it is gross turnover is more than 50 crores, then it will be considered as an Indian company. But if the turnover is less than 50 crores, it will be considered a non-resident. Hence, the first point, that was the registration should be in foreign country, so it becomes a foreign company, has been replaced with the word gross sales or gross turnovers. Gross turnovers means how much sale they are making in India, because as much as sale they will do, that much the profit they will be receiving, and they will taking back to their country. So if they are taking more profit to their country, then Indian government is suffering. So that is why they say that there should be no point of discrimination or conflict, and now they have shifted it to 50 crores gross turnover. I hope you are able to understand all the video audios clearly. Any doubt towards the residential status, students, you are open to ask. All the best. Stay safe, stay distance, and only come out of the house when it is necessary. Thank you. God bless you.